It's nice in there. In the middle, it's nice. We're on the way out there. So. In front of you says the Truth Charter School at Elementary Academy Band. Let's give it up for them. Before we get started here, I'd just like to kind of bring you through a little bit of the journey that we've been on, or that I've been on for your students here. I'm going to play you something. This is from August, I'm going to the date here, August 15th this year, sorry, last year. This is what your people sounded like. Yes. We're all ready. I didn't do that today for you. I'm going to hold myself. Sorry about that. I didn't do that to make fun of it. Of course, I would never do that. But I just wanted to kind of demonstrate where we start from the starting point. So I think you're going to hear a lot of growth this evening. We're going to get started right away. This is a part of our warm-ups that we do on a daily basis. So this is our concert class scale, our arpeggio, exercise 1A, and our chorale, all graces thank you. Can you get the stage lights up? Thank you. One of the things I tell the students at the beginning of the year, the band is synonym for work. You gotta work at this stuff. It's not just gonna happen. You can tell they've been working really hard. Speaking of working hard, I had 2 students this year for the first time ever in the elementary academy side of the band go to something called Solo and Ensemble. It's where students in the district get to go and kind of show off for judges who will adjudicate them in their particular performance. So I had 4 students. Can those students stand up for me right now? Each one of these students received a superior rating in their solo ensemble. Little treats tonight, you're going to hear the performance of solo ensemble. First up is Mr. Joseph Burns playing America in B flat. Jalen Riley. Jalen, let's stand up real quick. Mr. Riley. He was so excited to get his saxophone this year, and he asked me to play a solo song 11 that is Pink Panther by Henry Mancini. Next up is Alice Bryan Molyneux and Blake Beamer with Pony Song. Nicely done. Thank you very much. Every year I like to try to teach the students blues, or a form of blues, because it's a great American type of song that we have to learn. You're going to hear songs on the radio, songs on your iPad, Spotify, that always use the 1, 4, 5 chords. So blues is a great way to introduce the students to improvisation. So they're going to take some solos for you tonight. The song we're going to play is called C-Jam Blues by Duke Ellington. And we're gonna have a little fun with it tonight. Hang on one second. Cool. 1, 2. Yeah, you go first. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Me? Michael. I'll point to you. Yes. Just remind the students that when you take your solo, you stand up. And for audience members, whenever somebody finishes a solo with jazz music, it's perfect to clap for those. Here's C-Jam Blues by Duke Ellington. By the way, Nancy over here on the drums, I asked you to help us out today. Ready? Everybody ready? Cool, let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, here. If you had a solo in that piece, can you stand up one more time for us, please? If you had a solo in that piece, stand up. Okay, you can have a seat. Our next soloist is Mr. Caden Neal. He's going to play a tune by Beethoven. You probably recognize. Next soloist, Micah Laker. We told me the song he was going to play the solo on song. He's like, hey, you got a big old chunk. And he's doing really well with it. This is Etude in D minor for saxophone. Okay, so if you're looking at your program, we have a special treat for you guys tonight. That's a world premiere, literally, it's a world premiere. Nowhere else has in the history of humankind has anybody heard what you're about to hear. So for a long time, the name of this piece was Untitled, and Joe, if you want to come up here with me, buddy. Joe, our lovely flute player, Joseph Prince, he actually wrote this song. So we decided on a name. You want to tell people the name?
We finally named it Night of the Chicken Jockey.
Thank you, Joe. I'm showing my age here. I actually had to Google what a chicken jockey was. It's Minecraft, right? Anyway, this is Night of the Chicken Jockey, written by Joseph D. Prince. By the way, just some quick housekeeping things. Right after this tune, you're going to see the elementary band exit the stage. Junior Academy's going to come on and play their piece. Senior Academy's going to go right after them, and then you'll see elementary academy come back on stage for the final three pieces. Here's Chicken Jacks.
Baby.
Can you give it up for the elementary academy one more time? It was just the second year, so my chicken jockeys can get on stage. First row is Liberty. First row only. Second row has to see.
Saxon, we're out. Front row.
Trombones. Let's move up for rope. We're just doing fair and gauge. Yeah, at the end we're going to play together. Just playing fair and gauge. All right, here we go. Here, you just hear me play a concert F. Trump's just playing a D. We're next to playing a D. Swings an F. Trombone's an F. Sax is playing a D. Here we go. Let me hear it. Concert F. Ready? Ready?
All right, good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? Good evening. How's everybody doing? All right, that's the welcome we want. This year for our EA group, really, that was a great group. We got some serious potential that's going to happen in this community, and I'm just excited about what Mr. Ross is doing. Let's get Mr. Ross in here. Okay, so we are going to play a featured piece, and we featured many of our percussionists in different sections. This piece is entitled Serengeti Dreams, and it talks about being in Africa and dealing with the different type of tribal rhythms,
also infused by European chords and structures. And this is composed by Robert W. Smith, who was one of our greatest composers for middle school literature and high school bands. And this will feature Austin Wilson on congas and Ray Scott on the this is very good.
One, two, ready.
All right, let's hear it for also the feature Porter on flute. Excellent. Great job, Porter. Let's hear it for Baby on. All right, so we're going to transition now to J.A. is going to move back. I'm going to get one quick one, but you're going to see them near the end. So J.A. will go ahead and move back. Let's invite our SA friends up and our incoming ninth graders who are eighth graders to definitely give them a hand as well as they put in the SA. And while they're making their way down, I just want to say this year has been an amazing year for me here at Drew Charter School. And I just want to say, parents, I really do appreciate your support from day one. Be careful, from day one. And as always, kids dropping issues. That's a normal middle school. But we're trying. Since day one, you supported. And students, let's give your parents a hand. Students, we clap for being here, especially when we had our first parade. And I think it was a tornado or some type of hurricane like the day before. And, oh, thank you, baby. And you all really came through. We had a great showing. From our winter concert up until our all-state auditions, you have been very supportive, and I just want to thank you all parents. I want to thank our administrators. We have some administrators in the building. Could you please give them a hand as well? Every day they're working with our students, and they're putting out fires that you never even existed. And the kids go home and they're better. This is the Senior Academy group. This is a very specialized group because they had no idea who I was when I walked in through the door. And I know me, when I was in high school, we got a new band director, and I was really arrogant as a 10th grade trombonist, but very quiet outside the band room. And I remember the trouble that I gave him, and I was just like, man, I'm a freshman teacher again, this is year 21 for me. I was like, please, students, help me with you. Have mercy on me. And they've been supportive, and they've done everything I told them to do. It's just amazing. Let's just give them a hand as well. All right, we're going to start off with this piece was inspired by one of our homes in Hopewell. And I don't know if he's here or not, but we stand out front and we do after school duty. And he wears his hat. And I don't know, Jay, what kind of hat does Mr. Hopewell wear? Batman, right? It just so happens one of my favorite DC comic heroes. And we're going to do some music, some selections from The Dark Knight. So I hope you enjoy it. And let's hear it for our essay again. All right, this is also going to feature our 8th grade, incoming 9th grade students as well. Please give them a hand. entire store at Cobb Energy Center many years ago. Our next piece is entitled Apparitions. This is written by one of my favorite composers, Brian Baumgartner. And this one was a little bit of a challenge because it made us do this thing in a totally different way. How music gets composed, how different shapes and colors are created from just the pen of a writer and a keyboard or piano. And you'll hear different parts of the ensemble take the lead on melodies and chords. It's going to sound really abstract. And everybody's like, people always use the term abstract, right? And we're like, what is abstract? Right? Because abstract can also be normal. I'm sorry, I can't see y'all on those lights right here. But this is entitled Apparitions, and this is by Brian Baumgartner. up front and parked like maybe 30 minutes ago. And that actually, she did it. So that's a great job. All right, so this piece was selected for Native American Month and Heritage, and this is entitled Pueblo by John Higgins. And this will feature several parts of the band. And it talks about just the historical travel of the Native Americans and their struggles in America. And I thought this would be a very good piece to present and present to you all this evening. So this is Pueblo by Higgins. right, let's hear it for our SA band and future SA members. All right, so we're going to move into our smaller group portion of the performance. We're going to start, we have a duet. And where's Trenton and Miles? Are you duets tonight? Yes, so the kids have been working on duets, and we had one sole survivor that participated in solo ensemble, and he's going to win our solo ensemble award for this year, and it's Sekou Nickerson. Let's hear it. Thank you. All right, definitely give Sekou a hand. And he has done an amazing job this year, just jumping on board and really, really working hard like all our students have. And definitely, let's hear from David on that solo that you all did in return. There we go. So now we're going to transition to our small group, and we're going to have Trenton and Miles come up front. They're going to play their duets. Duet number 2, and that's all they told me was duet number 2. So Miles and Trenton, I'm going to go ahead and set up here. Everyone else is going to have a seat. We'll transition in a minute. Brooks, is this your clarinet? All right, let's not put that on the stand again. All right, let's hear who's doing number 2. Bass clarinet and trombone. All right, so next, we just kind of started just, I was doing my daily warm-ups in the band room, and I decided to just pick through a folder. And I take a brass ensemble piece, and we've been kind of chopping at it a little bit. I don't know if it's perfect. We'll see how it sounds tonight. And I decided that my secondary instrument would no longer be tuba, it would be trumpet. So I'm going to play a little trumpet tonight. And David Haley, let's give him a hand. He's going to play trumpet on this as well. And Myron Lynch is going to play tuba. And Trent, you're going to do some clattering with it. And Trent also is going to do some siren. So we can move up front. And this is entitled, I believe, the Oxford, what is it? Oxford Eagle. I think that's the title.
No brass section?
Yeah, brass is clap. Brass, we don't do this a lot. You can lost the brass side too. We're going to do that. This is trumpet.
do a concert after together.
All right, so the correct name for this piece is The Earl of Oxford's March. March Before the Battle is by William Byrd, arranged by Scott Bubach.
Here we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Ready?
All right, let's hear for our Drew Charter Brass Ensemble. All right, now the conclusion of our small groups before we bring on our massive Silver Award-winning JA and EA and JA honor men, I'm going to bring up our jazz combo. It's a Drew Charter jazz combo. Can we give them a hand, please? And we can get the lights on that side. And this is something we kind of just fell into. And Zachary Jackson, right? This is Zachary. He came over and asked me about jazz music. And I was like, well, what do you want to know about jazz music? And he was like, I think I'm going to play it. And he's been a sponge. Him and Benny Butler, did I say that right, Benny? Benny Butler on bass. And I don't know if they're best friends or not. They've been really working together. And Nancy, we would sit in the classroom with like play along tracks. And I tried to play some saxophone, and he'd sit there and he was playing amazing drums. Give Nancy a hand too. And he's been participating in the Kennesaw State Princeton Georgia Jazz Youth Ensemble up in Kennesaw State, led by Sam Skelton. And he's doing some amazing things. So definitely give him a hand for his hard work and dedication to the program. And so this year, I was given the task of teaching music technology. And I didn't know exactly what, I knew what music technology was, but I didn't know what angle. So we started doing tracks on GarageBand, and Madison Allen, who you heard of, she's sitting down and she's singing something. And I couldn't even tell what she was singing, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I said, you sing too? And she was like, yeah, a little bit. And I can hear so many things. That's something I guess with being a musician, you just hear so many sounds. I was like, man, I don't know what she's singing, but she's got a good timbre, a good sound about it. And so we invited Madison to sing with the group as well. And this is our, you can give them a hand as well, because this is gonna be something that's gonna be more driven than the traditional jazz. We're gonna do everything once this thing really gets moving. And we're gonna start off with a Gershwin piece. Anybody seen Porgy and Bess? The opera?
Yes.
Has anybody seen almost any type of 90s movie that had like spoken word? Oh, no, I was about to say Poetic Justice, but that's not that. What's that movie everybody likes with Love Jones? That's it. We all knew it. So this piece is entitled Summertime, and I'm gonna play a little bit of trumpet on it just to kind of get things moving. And hope you all enjoy it. And I think is this the microphone we're gonna be using? I believe so. All right. So now we're gonna feature Mrs. Zachary on piano and also Sinitsy in a piece called Cantaloupe Pie. Who can sing that melody? Anybody know the melody of Cantaloupe Pie? Who can somebody raise their hand? Just raise their hand. All right, you're gonna recognize this immediately. All right, new Cantaloupe Island. Very good, Dr. Jackson. All right, let's hear the Blue Star Jazz Combo number 1. And where is Madison Allen at? Where's he disappeared to? Let's give Madison that hand as well. All right, so now we're transitioning to our award-winning junior, the EA and JA bands. Let's give them a hand while they're making this transition on stage.
Oh, there he is. First position, eyes front. See first position, eyes front. Second position. Second.
We're getting set up here. I'm gonna tell you a little about what's about to hear. Earlier this, it's all running together, but earlier, sometime previously tonight, we took our students to Six Flags for the Southern Star Music Festival. We received a silver rating for all the people in front of you. We played 3 pieces. We're ready to those 3 pieces for you to finish our concert tonight. The first piece is called Grand March, Australian Land. The second piece is called The Tempest, and our final piece is called The Lost Tomb. This is our elementary, junior academy honor band sitting in front of you.
All right, let's hear it. That was the tempest by Robert W. Smith.
Everybody saying that we work.
And as our parents who play, I believe this is our last tune of the evening, correct? I want to thank you parents for your diligence in being here. All the performances this year has been amazing. And thank you, EA band, for being so energetic, and JA for being so energetic, and being a good band kids. And I know this Ross is talking if you want to say something before. Okay. All right, even better. All right, so this is the last tune. Thank you all so much for coming out, and we'll see you soon again.